Your boy has been bedbound for a little bit now. Your boy suffered a major life-threatening injury, clinging on to life by just a sheer thread, seeing the light on every night.
But real talk though, I am actually kind of fucked up.
During my challenge of how many times can I make myself orgasm in a single day, I decided to take a break and play the entirety of Mario Kart Double Dash. So what I did is I played all these cheeky little good boy tracks, and now I'm going to rank them. Do I think that they are good, or do I think that they're fucking trash? Look, I even unlocked Toad and Toadette. So let's just get straight into this shit. So we got 5 tiers here. We got Run It the Fuck Up, gonna be a good race, sure, why not? Can we not? And then get in the bin. Starting with Baby Park. So Baby Park is like a really love it or hate it kind of one. It's just a damn circle, but in Double Dash, right? The game that is a bit horseshit in terms of just the items controls, the maps themselves, just the actual handling of vehicles feels like you're trying to like smooth out spaghetti on ice, and it's just not a good time. If you're playing competitively, that is. If you're just playing for shits and giggles, this is one of the best Mario Karts there is, and that's why I think Baby Park is actually not too bad, you know. At the end of the day, though, like I said, it is a circle, so you're really not doing anything. Your brain is just kind of on autopilot the entire time. It is kind of cool. Like, I don't really know how to really describe it. I think it's a great track, but I also think that it's a horrible track just because it's not good. Like, in terms of a racing track, it's pretty dog shit, but in terms of a Mario Kart track, it's fucking king shit. So honestly, I think I'm just gonna go with sure, why not, because I have really no opinion against it, with or for it, and it's just not really for me, you know. Bowser's Castle, baby. So Bowser's Castle, I think, is extremely good. I would love it if they made the booster course and they added this one to it. Doubt that they will, but I would love if they did. I think that this Bowser's Castle is actually one of the more, like, kind of forgettable ones. I think that Double Dash and DES have very forgettable kind of Bowser's Castles, but when you're actually playing this shit, it's a great time. You know, I don't think it's as iconic as, say, like, Wheeze is, or like 8, I would say, is pretty iconic compared to Double Dashes and whatnot, but I do think it's very, very good. I'm going to put in going to be a good race because it's just a great time. Daisy Cruiser, baby, get your ass up there and run it the fuck up. And this one, you play on a damn cruise ship. Pretty badass, if you ask me. This is one of those, like, creative stages similar to Waluigi Pinball, where instead of it just being like, today we're going to a desert, today we're on a dirt bike track, today we're on a beach, this one takes place on a boat and in a boat, and it's just a fun little thing, you know. You can go into the boiler room for like a cheeky little good boy kind of shortcut. You can go through the dining room, the deck. You gotta dodge the pool, drive around it. Like, it's just a good time, you know. It's just a great idea for a racetrack in Mario Kart, and I think it's pulled off fucking phenomenally.
And some say it's actually in the background of Jason Takes Manhattan.
Up next, we got Dino Shits. Okay, so, Dino Jungle. Gotta be honest with you, man. I'm really not a fan. And it's not that the track itself is bad. I honestly to God don't think that a single track in here is bad. But when you rank them, you have to have one that's worse. But in terms of Dino Jungle, I just really don't like it at all, you know. I have never in my entire life been a fan of dinosaurs. That has just not been my thing. I was a train boy growing up, and so dinosaurs never caught my interest once, to the point where I probably got to be the only human on the entire planet who has seen practically every single Jurassic Park and didn't like any of them. The stage itself is also made much better in 7 with 7's physics, but in Double Dash with Double Dash's physics, it's just not that good. It's very slippery. The little wooden part with the roads are just incredibly fucking hard to navigate. I think that just for Double Dash's physics, I think that this stage is very much not, like, good. Like I said, when it was brought back in Mario Kart 7, it wasn't too bad even then, though. At the end of the day, though, it's still a dinosaur-themed thing, and I've never really liked dinosaur stuff. I wouldn't say it's get in the bin. I think it's pretty damn, like, and this is just straight up my opinion, because I know that this stage on here might be a fan favorite. I do not fucking know. But I'm really feeling either get in the bin or can we not. It's like the low of can we not or the top of get in the bin. But for now, I think I'm going to keep it right up here. DK Mountain, baby! ST all day. It is one of the best, probably of all time. If I were to make a top 10 list of the best Mario Kart period tracks, I would probably have DK Mountain somewhere in that bitch. You start this one off by getting shot out of a cannon to the top of a mountain, then have to work your way back down, repeat 3 times. It's a very simple process, but it's a very fun, different, kind of creative one. I really, really do enjoy it. The boulders, though, can go fuck themselves. Is it my favorite in the game? Probably not. I think that there is one guy coming up that I would say probably beats it out, but in terms of everything, though, like looking back on it, like retrospectively, I would say DK Mountain is probably one of the greatest tracks, period. Just because of what it does and its theme, it accomplishes flawlessly, and it's just great. Dry desert, baby! I am not really a big fan of desert stages. Deserts and jungles, I just don't really care about. I'm not really the world's biggest fan of, except for DK Mountain. That one can get it. But with dry desert, I just feel like there's nothing really happening, you know? Like, yeah, you got the big-ass, like, sand pit, but there's just nothing really else going on at all. In Ruins, you go through like a cool temple and shit. In Hills, there's that awesome fucking shortcut at the end that, you know, pyramids and shit are everywhere as well. But the desert, just basic dry desert from Double Dash, it's just, no, there's really nothing for it at all. Even in Mario Kart 8, I would still actually say that dry desert is from my least favorite stage in Mario Kart 8. But at least that one brought the Oasis to it, which gave it something to stand out. But just this basic version just doesn't have anything, period. There's not a single positive I can think of the stage. Like I said, not a single stage on here is actually like shit. I don't have a bad time when I'm on any of these, but this one is just so obviously the least good that it's clearly getting the bin. Luigi Circuit, baby. So, is this Luigi Circuit or Luigi Raceway? I don't know. I think it's Circuit, but this one is kind of cool. I do like the idea of the fact that there is no middle border, so everyone kind of flies at you. The people who are behind you can fly at you, and the people who are in front of you can fly at you. Like, that's kind of sick. That's a neat little idea. But at the end of the day, though, I don't understand why this stage is given so much appreciation than it deserves, because everyone shits on Figure 8 Circuit from the DS for just being a damn figure 8, but then they'll look at this one and go, oh man, this is the best shit ever. I think it's just fine. Like, I don't have a single negative with it. I don't have a single positive with it. I think it's just okay. Pretty much the exact same with Mario Circuit. This one was brought back in Wii, and I do like it. I very much do like it. It's one of my dad's favorite stages, if that means anything. But honestly, I do like it a bit more than just these two. Well, maybe not. I do like Baby Park more just because the crazy shit of it. But Mario Circuit, I feel, is practically the exact same thing as Luigi Circuit, as just, it's fine. I don't have really any negatives to it. I don't have any positives. It's just it's just cool, you know. Mushroom Bridge. So Mushroom Bridge, I feel like, is kind of overrated. The bridge itself, going up the bridge, is kind of cool. That's a fun, like, little neat thing you could do. But everything else, it's just a basic oval with with cars in it. Like, there's nothing fun going on in it at all. Not really a world's biggest fan of city levels in Mario Kart. You know, the ones from Tour that they're remaking in 8 Deluxe, that's kind of neat. In terms of just the city tracks from, I would say, anything before 7, I'm not really a fan of just really at all, because I just don't see the appeal. I don't really find the track fun. I just think it's just kind of whatever. I don't hate it at all, but I just, like I said, the bridge is the only thing that I actually remember even halfway decent. If you got rid of that bridge, which they did, I forgot which one that was. I think that was DS or 7 that got rid of the bridge feature, but like, getting rid of that just makes the stage so bad. And so honest to God, bro, I'm just gonna put it right here, man, because I think it's just, it borderlines on sure, why not? Because it's just like, who cares? It really is just as basic as you can get, to be honest with you. But it just doesn't have that fun charm of like Mario Circuit does, or Luigi Circuit, where it's still just your classic everyday racetrack. This one is just driving in an actual circle, and not even like Baby Park where everything's crazy and mayhem. This one is just literally driving in a circle. Now is when I'm going to piss everyone off. So, oh my boys. Now we got Mushroom City. Mushroom City for me is probably one of the hardest ones on here to actually pinpoint, because I, honest to God, don't know what my opinion is on it. I don't really care for it, like I said, because I don't really care for any city tracks, but I also don't hate it at all. You know what I'm saying? I think it's probably the most confusing on this entire list layout-wise. There's a lot of twists and turns and different pathways you can take. It's pretty cool. I do like it miles more than Mushroom Bridge, though. I will say that, just because I love the theme of nights. A city at night is one of, like, my favorite themes, so that's kind of sick. So, like, I'm not against it, but I'm not really having that fun of a time on it. I wouldn't say it's a can we not. I would honestly just say it's a sure why not. Just like, yeah, it's fine. You know, it gets its point across. It's mid, it's C, it's just whatever. I do enjoy it. I think it's a great stage, but it's never anything that I would like jump to the chance to play, you know? So honestly, I'd probably say it's right there. It's pretty much middle of the road. Peach Beach, bitch! So, this one, is very similar to Mushroom Bridge. In my opinion, as in, it's just very simple, basic. I noticed how much of Double Dash tracks are just very chill and simple. But to be 100% real with you, man, Peach Beach, really not a fan of it at all. I actually don't like this stage pretty much at all. Like, I would actually consider getting the bin. I just think that out of all of the stages in this game, this one, similar to the desert and the bridge, just has the least going for it. I think that there is nothing in this stage that warrants remembering it, if that makes any kind of sense at all. It really is just beach going to circle. Like, that's all it is. You got the annoying ass fucking duck bitches, little cataquack little bitch. Them bastards have the sight that goes on for miles, baby. I love the music. The music is really fun. Nice little tropical kind of theme to it. Gives off like a nice like Mario Sunshine vibe. It probably takes place in Delfino, to be honest with you. In terms of just the actual level itself, I just think that there is so much better than it. I think you can do so much more with the idea of a beach level. It's just not for me. I don't think it's a bad stage, but I just think it's just not for me, man. Rainbow shit! So, this one is a good one. I do very much like the Double Dash's Rainbow Road. I think it's very beautiful, fun, love the music, the colors, the whole bit. The only thing that I have an issue with Double Dash's Rainbow Road is I feel like the camera really sucks ass. I don't know if that's just like a me thing, but I feel like it's very hard to tell where you're going. And then combine that with Double Dash's slippery ass physics. That kind of corkscrew little area is just an entire pain in the dick to have to trudge through. I do think that it is an insanely fun time. I do very much like it. I do like the Bowser's Castle a little bit more, but the Rainbow Road is just great. I think it's a great stage. I don't think it's like an S tier, oh, best in the game type of thing. But I do think that in terms of all of the Rainbow Roads, Double Dash is probably one of the best, just because I feel like it kind of nails the theme. It's beautiful as shit. It takes place above Mushroom City, which is funny because I literally put them right respectively where they go. I think it's a great time. I think it's a great course. I think it's a great final course. And in terms of being a Rainbow Road, I think it's just good. You know, I enjoy it. Up next, we got Sherbet Land. So Sherbet Land and Peach Beach are kind of the exact same thing to me, where in terms of like, it's fun. It's nice to look at. I love the music. I love the theme. I love the visuals. But actually playing on it is just like, no. I feel like it's just very just generic and simple. Like, I just feel like there's not really a whole lot of shit going on. You take away the ice rink with all the Shy Guys, name me one thing in this stage besides just fucking snow and ice. It practically is just a giant-ass circle filled with ice. It pretty much is just dry desert, just mix the temperatures. Like, that's all it is. I feel like when they remade it in Mario Kart 8, I feel like they made it very good because they let you go underwater, let you do a whole nother thing, gave it something to actually remember, you know. But in this one, there's just nothing there. There's just nothing to it, you know. Like, it's just kind of basic, man. Like, that's really the best I could say. I do very much like it more than the bridge and the jungle do. Borderlines on mid, which is kind of being a little bit less than mid, just because there's just nothing really there. There's nothing really to remember besides the ice skating Shy Guys. Waluigi motherfucking Stadium, baby! Now we get to probably my favorite stage in the entire game, and that is Wario Coliseum, baby. This stage is fucking nuts. First of all, the thing is so big that it only takes you 2 laps. That is just crazy as hell. There are so many crazy little twists and turns and shit. I love the theme. The music is just so much fun. It's so complicated, if that makes sense. Like, it's so complicated of a racetrack to me that I just absolutely adore it. I think it's just great. I think it's one of the most memorable ones. I think it's one of the most standout ones. I think it's probably one, if not the most challenging stages in the game. It's not challenging to the point where it's just bullshit, kind of like Rainbow Road is. I think that Wario Coliseum is the perfect example of hard but fair. I think that this stage is incredible. I think it's just perfect. Love it. And then ending with another circuit, my boys, but this one's the Yoshi Circuit. Now, Yoshi Circuit, besides being remade about 6 times now, Yoshi Circuit kind of took the fun idea of making a track in the shape of a character, and it works surprisingly well because you wouldn't think it would, or you think it'd be just really boring and shit. But no, for some reason, this stage is actually very, very good, and it's probably one of the hardest circuits in the entire series just because of how many little twists and turns there are. Once again, though, I gotta say it again, though, but with Double Dash's physics, it's not that fun. I think it's a great stage. Like I said, in other games, it's amazing. Like in Mario Kart 8, it is fucking awesome. In Double Dash, I think it's just okay. I would probably give it, like, the top of okay, just essentially because of the physics. Like, if you were to give this stage Mario Kart 8's engine, or not really the engine, but just the physics of the whole thing, but in terms of it just being a Double Dash exclusive, pretending that nothing else exists and not having that warrant my opinion at all, I think it's just pretty good. I think it's great. I think it's pretty mid, but it's on like the very top of mid to where it's like it's just missing that one thing that really holds it over and makes it super, super fun. I could definitely be persuaded to put it up here with the other guys, but then I really don't like that at all because I do not think that Bowser's Castle and Yoshi's Circuit are on the same fucking level. But you can convince me that Yoshi Circuit and Mushroom City are. So honestly, I think this is that this is looking pretty ballin', you know. So that is going to do it for my Double Dash tier list. If you enjoyed this and you think that my opinions are good or dog shit, let me know down below. Buttons are down there, you know what to do, and have a good one. So goodbye. See ya.